welcome back to my channel. How's it going? So today I filmed this makeup tutorial, which is actually inspired by this Instagrammer here. This is where I got the inspiration from. I'll leave her name down below. She's absolutely amazing. She's literally the color queen. So if you need any type of color inspiration, that's who you go to. Granted, mine doesn't look as great, but I tried. But that's what I was inspired by, so I went ahead and recreated this look. I also posted this on my Facebook and Instagram, and you guys really actually liked it. So I thought I'd go ahead and just refilm it for you guys. By the way, this is my second time filming this because I filmed this the first time in two extremely important clips went missing. Like, why? So before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you thumbs up this video if you want more colorful looks. And if you want to see how I get this look, then go ahead and keep on watching. So let's jump into it. So I already did my brows off camera and I did one eye off camera, but first we're going to start with priming the eyes using Urban Decay's Eden Primer. And I'm just going to place that all over the lid and then blend that out with a small buffer brush. Then of course I'm going to go ahead and set that with the RCMA No Color Powder because that's pretty much all I ever use now. Now I'm going to take these two yellow colors from the BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and we're going to work that from the outer corner inwards and vice versa from the inner corner and outwards. And you want to keep everything really rounded, and you're just going to build it up to whatever intensity you would like the yellow to be. And this is going to be our first transition color. Now I'm going to go in with this orange color, and we're just going to go ahead and add that in the crease as well, and we're just going to blend that out as much as possible. This is going to prep for the red that we're going to put on, so we won't be blending as much because the red and the orange are going to kind of blend into each other essentially. But you want to go ahead and just keep everything really rounded and make sure you're blending everything out. Now for this red part, I'm going to take a pointy brush and we're going to start to sketch out essentially where we want everything to be extremely rounded at, like the other eye, if that makes any sense. But I'm just going to lightly start to sketch where I want the red to be super intense, and we're just going to build on that. And to make sure everything's blended, I'm just going to use the same brush that I used for the orange to blend out the edges. And I'm just going to pretty much teeter-totter between this one and the pointy brush that we used for the red, making sure everything is blended. And I'm also going to start to pack the color on the very outer corner and very inner corner of the eye as well. And you just want to keep building on the red, and you want to build it until you get it to the intensity that you like. And if it does get a little bit messy, that's okay because we're just going to go ahead and clean it up with concealer. So you just want to make sure you take your time with this part because it is important, because it really does define the eye. But you just want to take your time and kind of trace where you want everything to be and go back and forth between the pointy brush and the blending brush. So now to clean up your eye, the issue I have is I have lots of folds, so I just went above the highest fold that I have on my eye, and I drew a line downwards, and then I pretty much like cut my eye in half. So I'm going to start to kind of carve and follow the natural shape, like the natural curvature of my eye, and we're just going to bring that down. But I'm not going to take it all the way to the outer corner because where the outer corner is, we're going to pack on a red color. So it doesn't make sense for me to go ahead and relayer that because we're just going to pack color over it. So because I noticed that before doing that, there will be a little bit of like a shade difference between the red that I would pack on my lid compared to that was in my crease. So to kind of avoid that and so that you'll make sure everything is blended, I just kind of cut it to almost the outer corner, but not exactly. And if you do mess up, that's okay. You could take a super small detailed brush if it gets a little bit messy, and then you can just go along the edges just to clean the red up to make sure everything is really round and crisp. So now I'm going to take that red and start to pack everything on the outer corner as well as the inner corner, and you want to try to make this as intense as possible. And on the lid, essentially what you're going to do, what you're doing on the outer corner, you're going to do the same on the inner corner, so everything is going to mirror each other. Then I'm going to take this orange color and I'm going to slightly overlap the red color. This is going to help with blending, so I don't have to go in with the blending brush, but I'm just going to pack that on the outer corner as well as the inner corner of the eye. That's really going to help with blending, so you won't have to go back and use a blending brush or anything like that. Then I'm going to go in with those two yellow colors and I'm going to slightly overlap the yellow over the orange color, if that makes any sense, and we're just gonna kind of overlap that, not put it next to it, but just overlap it just a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with this lime green color from the same palette and put that on the center. And I'm going to take this Mayo makeup pigment. It's a silver pigment, and I'm going to put that in the center as well as where we cut the lid, just to add a little bit of pop to the eye. So now I'm just going to add some mascara. Now I'm going to go ahead and add lashes as well, and ta-da! Wasn't that so fast? It's like magic, right? So now I'm going to go in with my Rihanna Fenty Beauty foundation, and I'm just going to apply that everywhere. And can we just take a moment to talk about Fenty Beauty and how amazing it is? I know I'm late. Don't kill me for it, but this is a great foundation. And then, as we know, Tarte Shape Tape, of course, I'm going to use that to go ahead and highlight like usual. I don't use any other concealer, although I want to try the Urban Decay All Nighter concealer. But I also have a routine on my highlight and contour full coverage, so I'll leave a link to that down below if you want to check it out. But now I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out with my beauty blender to make sure everything blends, because of course we want our makeup to always be blended. Then I'm going to go ahead and bake using the RCMA No Color Powder. I'm not going to bake for too long, literally maybe like 60 seconds, not even. And then I'm just going to set the rest of my face using the Rihanna Fenty Beauty powder, just to set all the places that I didn't place the RCMA No Color Powder. Now I'm just going to go ahead and dust off the excess powder because we don't need that anymore. My skin has been dry enough. I don't need to leave it on for 6 hours. We're good. To finish up the eyes, I'm going to go in with this yellow color on the lash lines first. Then I'm going to go in with the orange color and place that on the lash line as well. We're doing the same thing we did on the crease on the lash line pretty much. Then you want to take the red and you want to add that to the inner and outer corner, and you want to make sure that they meet, especially on the outer corner, because you don't want any gaps between those. Then I'm going to go into a different palette. I'm taking Aziza from the Juvia's Place Saharian 2 palette, and I'm going to add that on the inner corner. And it's like this gorgeous gold color. Like, I was just kind of experimenting, and I was like, damn, sis. Ooh. But yes, I went ahead and add that on the brow bone as well as the inner corner. Now I'm just going to go ahead and contour my face as usual. And I'm using this powder from Urban Decay, which is actually discontinued and a friend gave me, so I'm sorry. But I'm going to go ahead and use that to contour, and then to clean up my contour I'm just taking the RCMA No Color Powder and putting it under it because I want my contour to be sharp AF. Now I'm going to go ahead and spray my face with Fix Plus, and I'm going to take these two highlighters from Milani, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight my face. And let me tell you, sis, these highlighters are lit. Like, oh my gosh, these are damn good for some drugstore highlighters, and people don't talk about this enough, but these highlighters are popping, and I literally just bathed in it. Like, I was not playing around. So now I'm just going to go ahead and add a lip liner. This is from NYX. And I'm just going to line my lips. Then I'm going to use NYX Lingerie in the color Push Up to go ahead and add that. I kind of went extra for this lip combo. Don't know why. And then I'm going to go in with Wet n Wild's Nudie Patootie. And I'm just going to add 3 lines and then just kind of blend that out. But I still wasn't satisfied. So I actually went in with a clear lip gloss and added that as well. And that pretty much finishes up the whole look, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know any requests you may have, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.